Hey everybody, Chad me now, driving here in East Tennessee. It's been a while. I know, somebody commented on one of my videos. It's been a while since I did a video. And right here, I'm coming into Tellico Village. It's marketed as a retirement center, a community, but there are actually people there are a lot of retired people here, definitely, but there are some younger people that live over here. And this is in Loudoun County, Tennessee, by the Little Tennessee River and Tellico Lake. Said you're probably 30 miles south of Knoxville city limits from here. Like I said, this was started back in the 1980s, being built and developed, and has slowly been built out over time. There's probably around 7,000 people that live over here now. Maybe, I think, last I've heard, there was maybe 700, 800 lots left to be built on. Of course, you have a lot of, like I said, you're on the Little Tennessee River and the Tellico Lake. So you got a lot of housing on the lake. Definitely the closer you are to the lake, the more expensive the housing is going to be. You also have 3 golf courses over here. And there's different neighborhoods, and each have different names, and they're all, of course, this area was heavily Indian territory back in the day, especially Cherokee Indians. So you have a lot of the neighborhood names through here after Indian names. There's a little section of the lake there. Of course, we'll have, in East Tennessee, you're in the Appalachian Ridge and Valley region here, so you're going to have a lot of hills and then valleys in between. So a lot of since you got a lot of trees over here since it was started in the 80s. So a lot of it, this is the main road that goes through here. So you have to go into the neighborhoods to actually see a lot of the housing. But it does have a little downtown area coming up right here in a minute. It has a couple of doctor's offices, dentist office, accountant, tax, where you can get your taxes done. There's a grocery store up here, Food City. a Food Lion, I believe. Yeah, I think it's a Food Lion grocery store. Some churches. Then, like I said, you're probably 15 minutes up here from about here to where you run into Lenoir City, which is the largest city in Loudoun County. And that has got a lot of your shopping too, a lot of grocery stores, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Starbucks, all those kind of areas. And a hospital is in the Lenoir City. Right here, like I said, it's coming up is where you have your little, I call it a little downtown area of Tellico Village, where you have your Food Line grocery store, I believe, is over there. Some doctor's offices, a couple of banks. There, coming up there's a good view of the lake. Of course, you have marinas over here, boat, yacht club, gyms, fitness centers. Said you have 3 golf courses over here. One of the neighborhoods and the golf courses is actually right there is, I believe, the yacht club. I drove over here by the yacht club for a minute. One of the one of the communities and golf courses is actually in Von Orr on the other side of 411 highway, and that's where I started the video. That road, if you kept going a couple more miles, you would run into 411 highway in Von Orr. which is in Monroe County. And then there is a section over there by the bridge that goes over the Little Tennessee River over there. That's another area of Tellico Village. It has a golf course over there. It's called Kahiti. All right, here we go. I'm gonna turn in here to this road and go by the Yacht Club. Chodo Shores, Tanasi Shores. Of course, all those are Indian names. Also, too, I know a lot of people's complaining. I'm gonna get a new camera hopefully pretty soon. So, and then mount it so you have a better view where it's not like a lot of people saying they're looking more at the sky than they are the scenery. So hopefully I'm gonna get a new camera here pretty soon too. Said, of course, right here some of your single family housing. This is just one of the many neighborhoods that is back here, over here in Tellico Village. Right here is Choda Landing. This is a yacht club. Well, behind these townhouses, right here you have villas, and houses. Maybe even, that might be some, looks like, yeah, kind of like duplexes too. There we go. There is a view of the lake. Hopefully you can see that. And that is the Yacht and Country Club right there. A little bit cloudy out right now, so later in the evening too. Also over here on Tellico Lake are several gated communities with golf courses. I said if I had kept going straight instead of turning off of Highway 72, didn't go down another mile or two, there's another gated community out there on Tellico Lake called Rarity Bay. And it, like I said, it's gated and it has its own golf course and clubhouse, swimming pool, and then back over closer to Lenore City, you have Wind River, which is a gated community on the lake. Has a golf course and its own clubhouse, swimming pool, all those tennis courts, all that kind of stuff. And then back on the other side of exit 72 in Loudon on the main Tennessee River is Tennessee National Community. It's a gated community on like I said, it's on the main Tennessee River. It's not actually a lake over there, but it has a golf course that was designed by Greg Norman. It's ranked one of the top 15 golf courses in Tennessee. But they do have a marina on the river. You have boat slips, clubhouses, driving range, restaurants. There, it's called the Tanasi neighborhood right there. That is about 15 miles back west of here on the main Tennessee River. Now we're coming up to the Tennessee Golf Course. And there's a good view. Here's a good view of the lake right here too. A little more open through here, a little less trees. Right there. And there's another marina by the golf course. So you got the Tellico Lake was actually, I think, late 1960s to the 1970s is when the dam was built. So this, like I said, this lake's only been here since the 1970s, really, because that's when the dam was finished. So there's some old farmland over here, and there's some old farm silos that are in the lake over here that you can see coming out of the water, because that used to be farmland before they built the dam over here. Of course, there was some controversy back in the day when they TVA, of course, Tennessee Valley Authority, built the dam and on the Little Tennessee River over here. There's some more of the lake up there. And that on the other side of there, that may be part of Wind River over there. I'm not sure. Those houses on the other side of the lake over there. But then also you're just right up here when you get to the Little Tennessee River, the dam, just a couple miles from that dam is the Fort Loudon Dam on the main Tennessee River, and that forms Fort Loudon Lake. And Fort Loudon Lake goes all the way into close to downtown Knoxville, so it goes back 15 to 20 miles back from here to downtown Knoxville. And there is all kinds of subdivisions and housing built on Fort Loudon Lake. Of course, you're in the bigger city of Knoxville, and Farragut's too. So there's some. So there are multiple subdivisions for miles that are on Fort Loudon Lake. It's called Coyote Point neighborhood. Then also too, when you get up here, you can, when you get to Highway 321 up here in a couple miles, you can turn right and go to Maryville and Alcoa, which are popular towns in the Knoxville metro area. And of course the Knoxville airport is in Alcoa. There's another silo in the lake. That's about 15, 20 miles from here. Probably about 20 miles from here in Alcoa on Highway 411, Alcoa Highway, or Alcoa Highway actually. And then Maryville and Alcoa has plenty of shopping and retail. And then, like I said, you can go to Lenore City over here in a couple of miles and be in Farragut and West Knoxville in about 10 miles. And there's a huge shopping center over there called Turkey Creek, and that's probably the biggest shopping center in East Tennessee. So you're about 25 and 30 minutes from here to Turkey Creek. Big shopping area over there. But Lenore City, like I said, has a lot of your everyday shopping that you could go to Lenore City. There's a couple of huge boats over here on the lake. Of course, there are some boat manufacturers over in Von Orr. Honda has a plant over there, builds boats for Honda, Sea Ray boats. So needed a job, that's one of the jobs, particularly you could maybe have to get looking for a job. That would be a possible job opportunity over there. If you want to build boats. Right right now I'm we're getting almost right here. We're about to run into the, here is the dam, right there. That is, I think it's Earth Dam, and then you have the spillway over here on the right. That is the dam right there, of course. And then right up here past this dam is Fort Loudon Dam, coming up here about a mile or so on the left on the main Tennessee River. And like I said, if you turn left when you get up here, you can go, and Lenoir City is just right across the river up here. Said it's the biggest city in Loudoun County. It has a population of about 11,000. And it is off exit 81 of I-75 too. Just take Highway 321 off exit 81. Right here is the 321 junction, like I said. And then if you go right up here, you will go to back about 15-20 miles to Maryville and Alcoa. And then about another 25 miles past that is the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And I'm gonna go right here. There's Fort Loudon Lake right here. This is Fort Loudon Lake, actually, not Tellico Lake. And Fort Loudon Dam is over here, coming up here on my right. It used to be, this road used to go over the top of Fort Loudon Dam, but they built a new road through here. And you no longer go over the dam anymore. And right here is the main Tennessee River, and we're about to come into Lenoir City. And then about 25 miles southwest of here is Wattsbar Lake on the Tennessee River, Wattsbar Dam. And then you can go over to Kingston, Tennessee. We're about 25 miles from here in Roane County, and it sits right on Wattsbar Lake. But that's going to be my video of Tellico Village to Lenoir City. If you want to see more of East and Middle Tennessee, just comment below, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching this video.